Hi, my name is Miranda Hale, and I'm one of the graduate teaching assistants for the Spanish classes at UofL. I'm making this video today because I'm going to talk to you about something unique that we integrate into our Spanish courses, Estudios Culturales. We integrate Estudios Culturales, which just means cultural studies, because there are a vast variety of traditions that are practiced throughout the Spanish-speaking world that differ from our own. We want you to be able to think critically about these traditions and learn to appreciate them so that you can challenge your own thinking and assumptions. So say there's a tradition that seems very far-fetched, very different from your own. It's possible that it actually reflects some of the same values of your own practices. And even if it doesn't, you can learn from them in the areas where it's different. So all of our basic Spanish classes are going to be focusing on Dia de los Muertos, Day of the Dead. Have you seen the popular animated film Coco? It shows an example of how the Dia de los Muertos is celebrated in Mexico. But actually, throughout Latin America, there's a desire to learn about those who've gone before them and honor their deceased ancestors, and they all do so in very unique ways. So Span121 classes are going to be learning about the Guatemalan tradition of making barriletes gigantes, giant kites. You're going to be researching the historical events that led up to this tradition and also analyzing a documentary called Voice of a Mountain. Instead of just viewing this as something foreign and strange, we're going to be pushing you to think critically about this tradition and the purpose behind making and displaying the barriletes. As a culmination of this unit, you're going to be using your creativity to make your own barrilete gigante. So you'll be making one that's going to reflect the themes that you're learning about in this unit, and we'll actually put them up on display in the library for everyone to see. And online students, you're also going to be making this project, and you'll be able to take pictures throughout the different steps so that you can show your work as you go along. And while the Spanish teachers and the university community as a whole love seeing the final product, I just want to remind you that the process is just as important as the barrilete that you make. You have to pay attention in class and or during the assignments to really understand the meaning behind this tradition so that you can make an accurate barrilete. And so I do also ask that you be very respectful during this lesson, because this is it's a tradition that real people practice, and it talks about issues that affect real people. So just be respectful as we're doing this segment of our course, and also just try to put yourself in these people's shoes and understand what's important to them, what do they value, and why is this tradition so meaningful. So why are we doing this? Why not just focus on the language? Why do this cultural aspect of our course? Well, language is connected to real people, and spoken words are not the only thing important when we communicate with others. The cultural elements are also extremely important in our communication. And ACTFL, which is an organization that promotes standard practices for language courses around the United States, talks about how important culture is when we're doing a language course. So as you're learning about this Dia de los Muertos tradition, we hope that it will expand your appreciation between the relationship between language and culture. You'll also have the opportunity to learn a lot of vocabulary in context, which will probably help you remember it better since it's attached to real meaning. We hope that this process will allow you to appreciate culture more deeply and be motivated to continue to study Spanish. So if you have any questions, be sure to talk to your professor, and buena suerte con Estudios Culturales. Adiós!